What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're probably wondering why I've got my turtle shell helmet and my British camo on today, mate. Okay, I'll stop that. The reason I'm dressed like this is because today we have a very cool piece of British military history, the Sterling 9mm SMG. Once again, this is a loaner from BFF Firearms in Danville, Illinois, so I want to thank them for letting me borrow the gun. Go check out their shop. So the Sterling 9mm was apparently designed to improve on the British Sten gun after World War II. From what I've read, the Sten guns were thrown together rather quickly to give the Brits a submachine gun for the war, and they obviously had some problems. So the Sterling supposedly fixed a lot of those problems, and these things were very durable, very reliable, and were in service for 30 or 40 years. There's actually still some of these being used today in the British military. And right off the bat, you can see some pretty obvious similarities to the Sten guns, most notably that side-loading magazine there. Not too many guns have a magazine like that. I'm not sure what purpose that serves. I assume it's to help you shoot from the prone so you don't have a big mag sticking out of the bottom, but it definitely looks cool, I'll say that. Now, unfortunately, this one has been converted to semi-auto. It's also got the big, long, goofy barrel to make it 16 inches overall, and in that process, it switched from an open bolt to a closed bolt. So that's why this one does fire from a closed bolt. The originals are obviously open bolt submachine guns. But to be honest, the main reason why I was excited to get this gun is because of how freaking cool it looks. I've never shot a gun that looks anything like this, and I can't wait. So we're gonna shoot it, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. All right, very first shots, let's see if it works. I actually like being a lefty for this one because the magazine is off to this side instead of right in my face. However, I don't know if the shells are gonna eject right in my face either because there's no shell deflector there. I guess we'll see. Fun fact, this is actually the gun that they used to convert into stormtrooper guns in the Star Wars movie. So it's basically a stormtrooper rifle in real life. Let's see how it feels. So weird. And I haven't even shot it yet. That is extremely soft. Wow. I can't explain the recoil impulse. It feels like nothing I've ever shot. Literally no recoil, and you can feel the spring. It just feels so soft. That is incredible. Fed that entire magazine, no problem. Even for a 9mm, that is amazing. I've never shot anything that feels quite like that. I tell you what, this turtle shell helmet would not be comfy to wear in combat over long periods of time. I love this thing. And it's working perfectly. I don't know why, but I expected it to have problems. It just looks like an old Jam-O-Matic SMG, but it's working well. I've always wanted to try this with one of these. Street sweeper mode. I love it. So the design on this thing is pretty simple, like a lot of these older guns are. It almost looks like it has like a truck bed liner type of finish on it. I like it a lot, whatever it is. It's obviously a straight blowback, does not lock the bolt open on the last round. We got our mag release here, and then I believe this stock actually folds. If I can figure it out for you guys.
A few moments later.
Hang on, we're getting there. There we go. And then you fold it under and latch it in like that. Now that actually kind of looks like the stormtrooper rifle. I wonder if you can shoot it. What do you know? We got a magazine. Let's try. Yes. Pretty freaking sweet, man. I imagine the real ones are probably pretty controllable because the recoil on this thing is pillow soft. That helmet had to come off for a second. This thing is uncomfortable, man, and it like pulls your hair out when you try to take it off. So That's neat. I'm trying to think of anything that I don't like about this. I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. Maybe the iron sights, if I had to pick one thing, they're kind of low to the receiver, but what do you expect on a SMG from World War II? They're not gonna be the best iron sights, but overall, this thing is actually really sweet. One of the softest 9mm I've ever shot in my life, if not the softest. Well, I was doing my grocery shopping yesterday and I came across the biggest can of banana pudding I've ever seen in my life, and I couldn't resist. So we're gonna see how much damage we can do to this thing with the 9mm Sterling. It's science. For this one, we're gonna try some hollow points. I wonder if guns made in the 40s will even cycle hollow points. I guess we'll find out. That could not have been any more perfect. It just stayed on the table and worked its way down. And that's about exactly as disgusting as I thought it would be. I don't know why I do some of this stuff. And there's our mess on the table and what's left of our pudding can. So we basically blew the top part right off and ventilated the rest of it. There she is. One of the nastier things I've ever done. Disgusting. Well, my goal for this video was to get some British food to destroy, but it turns out in America, it's not that easy to find. So I went with Old Faithful, the watermelons. Good thing I had my helmet on. Jeez. And here we are, laying in the dirt like an idiot. I want to try this side mag thing from the prone because I've never shot one of these like this, and I'm used to just resting the rifle on its magazine to shoot laying down. So I want to see how this feels. We've got some enemies up there. Let's see if we can hit them. All right, it obviously works, but it is kind of different. Where I think this would really excel is in something like a trench, where you could just barely peek your head out and rest the rifle on that without the whole thing showing. That would be awesome, but shooting from the prone, it's actually kind of awkward because you don't have anything to rest the rifle on. All right, guys, there you have it, the British Sterling 9mm SMG. If you can't tell, I was pleasantly surprised with this thing. We didn't have hardly any issues up until the very end. I think we might have finally broke our first firing pin when I was shooting from the prone. He said if you start getting malfunctions, it's probably a broken firing pin. So I guess I'll figure it out when I take it apart. But I honestly expected to not like this thing. I thought it would be one of them really cool looking guns that's not very fun to shoot, and I was dead wrong. This thing is awesome in just about every way. So hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I did. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.